everybody, and welcome to Payday, a Pokemon podcast, and we are back. It has been so many months, like 9 months, Matt?
About 9 months, yeah. It's been a long time.
Jesus, it's been a while, but we wanted to come back. We've been wanting to come back for a long time, and it feels good, right, to be behind the mic again.
We've been talking about it for a long time. We thought, let's just do it. We've missed this.
We really have, yeah. There's been a lot of reasons we'll get into it a bit, but I wanna start off with some actual Pokemon talk. So oh, by the way, my name's Tom. I almost forgot to say what my name was again.
And my name's Matt.
And this is Payday, a Pokemon podcast, a monthly podcast where we talk about all things Pokemon and talk about what we spent money on Pokemon-wise, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Talk about our opinions. We've got a lot of stuff going on we will get into later. But Matt, what have you been up to in Pokemon this year?
Mainly just playing Pokemon Go. I dropped out of it for a while, but I've got back into it again. I drop in and out of Sword and Shield occasionally, but not like I used to play it.
No, we played it a lot when it came out, though, to be fair.
Oh, lots. Yeah, I've sunk many hours into that.
I still play it every day, but not like crazy amounts. I just go on and do the Poke Jobs, and like I've been trying to make as many competitive, viable Pokemon as I can. So like every day I just check in, put some in to level up, put some in to do EVs, and like it's not really playing the game. It's more just like little daily jobs that I give myself. But
I should really do that.
It's a good idea. Like it's a good way to keep your Pokemon just keep things moving even when you're not physically playing. So
yeah,
it's kind of cool. Like I've been working on I've got 60 competitive ready Pokemon now, and I've still got more that I'm training.
That's really cool.
Especially because Pokemon Home came out like a month ago, so like a few Pokemon have moved across recently, and
oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
I should probably try and spare 5 minutes every day just to like you said, put them into the jobs and train them.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. It's just one. You put them in for a full day, and then they get the maximum EXP, and then you just go back the next day, and then just chuck them back in again.
Yeah, I might start doing that.
What have I been up to? So I've still been playing Sword and Shield. I've also been playing Pokemon Go quite a bit, but not so much for the actual game, more for the little buddy system that's in there. I really like
buddy system.
I like the little buddy system. I like going in and stopping in and feeding my Purloin some berries and trying to get the friendship meter up as much as I can.
Little Purloin, he's really cute.
Yeah, it's real great. We're level 3 buddies now, so there's only one more level left to go, and then we're at best friends. So
that's
we're nearly
so cool.
What about you? Who's your buddy?
My buddy is Dragonite.
Oh yeah,
he is the chonky boy.
He's really too big to fit in any bedroom.
When it came to when it taking pictures and stuff, I need to go and find the biggest space in the flat to try and take pictures. That wasn't a good idea, but I like him.
The camera seems to be weird on my phone at the moment. It doesn't recognise the floor when I'm trying to get my Purloin to go in there. So earlier I was playing and it ended up coming out the Pokeball the other side of the room, and I was like, wow, even my Pokemon's social distancing itself.
Brilliant. Social distancing.
Yeah.
My Dragonite won't go on the floor, but it'll go on the table. That's fine.
I can't believe he even fits in your room, to be honest.
Yeah. He's a big boy. Big boy.
I've been playing a lot of, with Pokemon Home, there's obviously been a lot of shiny Pokemon that have got in, and there's a lot of hacked Pokemon and stuff, but as far as I see it, it doesn't really bother me because it's they're your friends. We've already seen that clone Pokemon exist in the first movie, which, have you seen the remake of that yet, by the way?
No, I've not. I keep meaning to watch it, but I've not got around to it yet.
So it came out
this afternoon.
It came out on the 27th of February, which is Pokemon Day, and also incidentally my birthday.
It is.
And I had a long train journey back home because I spent a few days with Freya. So I've just watched that movie on the train home, and it's fine. It's fine. You don't need to see it.
No.
It's the animation is really weird. The Pokemon look incredible, but the people look weird.
I've seen pictures of what it looks like, and it does look a bit unusual.
The trainers just look horrible. The Pokemon look great though.
I mean, if I'm bored for an afternoon or something, I might give it a watch.
Yeah,
just put it on in the background.
Yeah, it's background while you're playing games, really, to be honest. But it's cool.
Might check it out.
What else have I been up to? I don't even know. I've been playing because of Pokemon Home. I've been trying to kind of get a living dex in there, and I'm still a little ways off. So I'm trying to play through all the games again to try and have a completed save in every game.
Oh, the living decks, that would be the dream.
Yeah, because we did up to Gem 3 in the last season of the show with the challenge. So I've just been picking up Gem 4 now, so I've been playing through Platinum, and I've got 5 badges, and I just, earlier before we came on, finished Iron Island, which is
sweet.
where you get the Lucario egg,
Yeah.
or the Riolu egg. And yeah, I've got a little bit of way to go, but I got some grinding to do because my Pokemon are way under leveled all of a sudden, just like Gem 4 always does. So
Speaking of Pokemon stuff, I have been playing Pokemon Y in and out for a bit.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Yeah, I really like it. It's cool. I've not played it before. I can't believe I've not played it before.
Who's your starter?
I picked Froakie.
Oh, good choice. That was my choice as well, my original choice. I love Greninja. I think it's such a great Pokemon.
It's such a cool Pokemon.
Who is your Kanto starter?
My Kanto starter? Oh. Do you know,
Have you got to that point yet? Sorry if that's a spoiler.
Squirtle.
You went for 2 water type starters.
You know me, Tom. I like my water types.
Classic Matt and his terrible balance teams. Yeah, should we talk about that time I went against your ghost type team with my team? And yeah.
If we must.
It didn't go too well. But then you got me back. Last week we played a monotype battle, and I brought an ice team and you brought a ghost team, and you beat me.
Yeah, I mean, my ghost team's alright, but I tried to have variations, so they're all mainly ghost types, but they have like different secondary types.
Yeah, I get you.
That's what I went for, which I thought would be a good idea. And, you know, it got me through Shield, alright, but if I went into like competitive battling, I don't think I would get that far.
No, that's fair though.
I'd probably get wiped out pretty quickly.
Have you played?
But I've always wanted to build a ghost team.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do love ghost as well. They were one of my favourite types for a while, but I'm sort of leaning on ice at the moment and dark, and I like fairy as well.
You do like your ice types.
I don't really like fairy. Like, I don't like fairy, but it just happened to be that like a lot of my favourite Pokemon were fairy type as well, and I was like, I guess I like fairy type as well then. Like, it just kind of happened.
That's fair.
Have you played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX yet on the Switch?
No. I have not.
No. There's a free demo out. It's okay. It's alright. It's not like
I might check it out later.
I feel like there's a really big market for that, but what I've played, I enjoyed it enough, but I'm not like dying to play it. I'm still enjoying the main series games a lot more, so when it comes around to me being bored, I might try it, but who knows.
I might give it a go. See how it is.
I'm self-isolating at the moment, so it gives me something to do while I've got nothing to do. And soon we're going to be all quarantined in and like no work for like 3 months, so I'm going to have a lot of time to play games, so maybe I'll get around to that eventually.
Yeah, lucky you. You don't have to go to work. I still have to work.
Oh, you're still working?
Yeah.
I've been off since
I'm classed as a key worker. So I have to work during this pandemic.
It's good to have money, though.
But it's, you know, I'm slightly concerned that it's only a matter of time until I catch it from a customer. You know, with all these people now being off of work for like 3 months, we're going to have a lot more footfall. So my chances of catching it are increased by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's true. But, I mean, it's probably better to get it now while you're like, you get it out of the way sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that bothered about getting it, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to feel like crap for 2 weeks, but I'll get over it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
So, normally on Payday we talk about what we spent money on, but like I can't remember what I've spent money on Pokemon-wise this month, except for a couple of things, which I want to briefly talk about. So, one of them was a Switch game case that I bought that is shaped like a Pokedex from Gen 1, and I love it.
Oh, it's really cool.
It was really cheap. It was like 10 quid, and it holds 6 games in it, and I love it. And I just know that case is my Pokemon game case now, so it's just kind of cool that they're all in one space.
I should really get one. I think there's still one in my basket on Amazon. I don't know why I've not bought it yet.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it. It's kind of small, which is nice, and it's like it just holds 6 games like really comfortably, and it looks great. And I really like it.
It doesn't take up as much room as like the actual game cases because they're huge for such a small little cartridge. That always baffles me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like it. And the other thing I bought was it was an Instagram ad that I saw that when you kind of question them, but I had to check it out because it looked so cool. It was
Yeah.
a hoodie. It was a hoodie based on the gym leaders from the Galar region, and the one that I saw specifically was Alistair's hoodie from Pokemon Shield, the Ghost type gym leader.
Yes, it's so good.
It is so cool. Like I loved it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, I got to get this!" And like I didn't buy it straight away, like because I thought maybe it's too good to be true. But eventually, I just kind of like I bit the bullet and I bought it, and I've got no regrets. It came a few weeks later, and like it's so nice. Like it's not overly warm, but it looks great, and like I've had a lot of compliments in it as well. So it's like,
It does
I'm
look
really
really good. It's not like over the top and in your face. It's quite subtle, but it's also really nice looking.
yeah, exactly. And they gave me a 40% off discount after I bought it, so I bought another one.
Nah, of
I
course you
bought
did.
I bought the Milo one, the grass type gym leader from Turffield, and I love it.
Yes,
It's so cool.
that's
It
so
hasn't
cool.
come yet. I'm really excited for it to come, but I don't know when it's going to come at the moment.
I should have got one. I did have a browse through the website. They have some really nice like Gengar stuff and like Ghost type stuff, but I'm just trying to be sensible with my money, and it
No, that's
pains
fair.
me.
They also had like a Kabu one and a Rayhan one, but I don't like those two designs very much, and they're not as like streetweary. I think they're a bit too like out there, whereas the
Not
other
as
ones are a bit.
subtle.
Yeah, like the other ones are quite out there, but they're like stylish out there, whereas the other ones were just kind of like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm also proud to say that I no longer spend my money on the Pokemon TCG, which is awesome.
Congratulations, Tom. You've broken your habit.
One of this year's New Year's resolutions was like, okay, that's it, enough card buying. Okay, you've got
Yeah,
enough stupid outgoings without buying pointless Pokemon cards you're not even playing with properly. So I'm enjoying not spending money on cards, even with the Sword and Shield set out this year. Like I've looked at it and I've not been that bothered about it, which is kind of nice.
that's cool. That's good because you were spending like ridiculous amounts of money on these cards. Not that
Yeah,
they're awful, but
they
I
were
just
fun, but let's be honest, me and you only spent money. Well, the only time, sorry, that we ever actually played the TCG were with the theme decks. So like,
that's it.
I might as well just only buy theme decks. So like, I'm not going to rule out buying those if we see some cool ones that might be fun to play with. But we've got plenty of those already, so probably not.
Oh yeah, we got loads, loads to keep us going.
So okay, I want to take a brief minute just to explain, where we've been over the last 9 months and what's been going on, and explain what's going to happen with the show going forward as well. So,
Let's do it.
well, it came around to summer last year, and the show was going really well, and we had a weekly show instead of a monthly show, and it was like we started off just doing one on the last Friday of every month, but we kind of like, well, I'd say I got quite ambitious, and I wanted to do many different things with this show, and we ended up becoming a weekly podcast, and it was going really well for a while, but it just came to a time where I was running out of time to do these things, and it just sort of fell underneath, and I didn't want to let people down, and then I ended up actually just fully letting people down and just dropping the show completely. And it was sad, but it's difficult when life kind of gets in the way and you don't have a lot of chances. And I always intended to come back, which is why I never did like a goodbye episode or anything, because I just didn't want to finalize that goodbye, because I always knew we were going to be here again doing this. So
I feel
having,
like we bit off a bit more than we could chew,
yeah,
and
definitely,
although we really enjoyed doing it, it kind of took up too much time. We were struggling to find the time to keep up with it.
yeah. So now that we've started this show again, we've decided that we're going to go back to our just once a month episode, and the last Friday of every month will be payday, and we'll be talking about whatever we want to talk about in terms of Pokemon. And that's I think that's the best way to bring out the best possible content that we can to make us and you happy as listeners.
Is to have more time to focus on it and bring out a better one,
Yeah, exactly.
or improve on what we're doing already.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to rule out us doing extra episodes, but it's not going to be expected. You know what I mean? Like if we bring out an extra episode every month, it won't be a planned thing. It won't be like, every 2 weeks we do a podcast. No, it'll just be like, oh, we had something we wanted to talk about, so we've done one.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll just
Um,
kind of freestyle it, We'll do what we want to do.
yeah, exactly. So, if you guys have come back from the old show, then thank you so much for coming back. You may have
Welcome
noticed,
back.
yeah, welcome back. You may have noticed that the old episodes are no longer in the feed, because we basically stopped paying for them because we were paying for a podcast that we weren't using. So it just, it was an expense I couldn't afford, so I got rid of it. And now the old episodes are gone, but every second Friday of the month, I'm going to be putting out the old episodes as reruns. So you're going to get like original Payday coming through every month as well as this one. So
that'll be cool.
There'd be some cool stuff.
People to listen to.
Yeah, like new fans can hear us slowly decline in quality and see us just slowly fall by the wayside. But we won't happen again. We're going to be good this time.
Yeah.
But all the stuff we used to cover in all the episodes, we're now going to try and cover in one big episode every month. So we used to do a ranking episode. That's going to be in the main show now. We used to do like a feature we would have guests on. We're going to try and get a guest on every now and then, but not every month. And the challenge was something we did where we tried to complete the Pokédex in every region, didn't we, Matt?
Oh, yes, we did.
Or every generation. Fun. We got up to Gen 3, but I mean, we're not going to so much continue with that, but I mean, like I talked about with Pokemon Platinum, I'm going to be talking about how I'm working towards a living deck, so there's going to be kind of like a little challenge.
Yeah, we could update people on how our living decks on Pokemon Home are going.
Yeah, and we were talking about maybe doing a Nuzlocke of Heart Gold and Soul Silver at some point, so
that could be interesting.
We could talk about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's something I've not done before, so I'd quite like to give it a try.
I did a Nuzlocke on Pokemon Red once with the Blastburn Radio guys, and yeah, like now I just kind of want to do one again because I failed so many times after that. Because Gen 1 was a lot easier, but I reckon I like Gen 2. And, Heart Gold, Soul Silver are really great games, so I could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
So yeah, that's kind of our plan going forward. There's no guarantee that we're not going to, we are guaranteeing we're going to have an episode at the end of every month, but there's no promise that there's going to be additional episodes other than that. It could just be that we do them if we have time, but if not, then you're just going to have to wait till the end of the month, I guess.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's cool. How we're playing this.
That's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, we're going to talk about some of the things that have happened to us since the show ended. Okay, see you in a sec. Welcome back to Payday, a Pokemon podcast. We're going to talk about something that we did all the way back in October, aren't we, Matt?
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk about the Pokemon Center in London.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It was a good time. Like, it's been a long... Like, we've never had anything like that in London before, I don't think. Not in my memory, anyway. So
no,
it was a big deal. And, like, it came out around October, and it was, like... I think it was only there for, like, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something.
It was a very limited time, wasn't it?
And it was packed every single day. Like lines just across everywhere, just everywhere. You were waiting for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was insane. And Matt and I went.
We did.
We went on the 1st of November, I want to say.
The night of Halloween.
Yeah, so on the 31st of October, we hung out and we played Pokemon and we watched horror movies and we stayed up really late. And then we got a late night bus into London. It took us 5 hours to get into London overnight.
Oh yeah, it was a long night.
Trying to sleep but not sleeping very well. And then we got into London at 6 in the morning. And we got to the Pokemon Center at 7 a.m. in time for it to open at 10. And there was we thought we were going to be one of the first people there, but apparently people were queuing up since 10 o'clock in the evening. So they were queuing up for 12 hours.
We were.
So we got there and we had to walk and walk and walk away from the Pokemon Center past all these queuing people all the way to the back of the line.
I remember turning up and seeing the giant Pikachu in the shop window and thinking we've made it, and then seeing a small section of the queue, not realising that was just part of the queue, and thinking, because we thought that's not too bad.
Yeah, we were going to be queued right by the door, but nope.
You walked around the corner and there was just sections and sections of queue, and so we just had to keep walking further and further away.
Yeah.
And so we ended up round the corner where we couldn't even see the shop.
Yep. It was a way away. So how long did we queue for?
It must have been about 6 hours, if not longer.
I think it was 6 hours, yeah.
It was a long queue.
Yeah, it was a long time. And we were keeping up with the Twitter page telling us about what was in stock and out of stock and just slowly watching all the stock go on Twitter.
It was so upsetting.
I really wanted the Pokemon Center Chili's bottle and they went so fast. Like before we got in, I was so sad.
Absolutely insane.
The pins were the ones that sold the most though. They were gone immediately.
That's what I wanted, was the pins.
Everyone wanted the pins. I think they're going on eBay for a crazy amount of money now.
Oh, I can imagine so. And I really wanted the London Pikachu with the top hat, but they were gone as well.
Oh yeah, the plushie. Yeah, I wanted one of those as well.
But they were gone.
So after waiting for 6 hours, we finally got in, and we were told when we got there we only had a 5-item maximum. So suddenly we had to be like, oh god, we can't just grab whatever we want, because I was prepared to just spend like a crazy amount of money. I'd save money for this, so I was like, I'm just gonna go in, and if I see something I like, I'm just gonna grab it and buy it.
Just go in with a basket and throw stuff in, like
we had to wait.
Bonkers.
And we only have 5 items, and I actually stole like 3 of Matt's spots, I think.
Yes, you did.
Because you didn't find too much that you wanted in the end, which was sad. But
all the stuff that I wanted had already gone.
Yeah.
But I picked up some nice stuff anyway.
Yeah, we were there for the experience mostly,
That's
I guess.
Yeah.
So what did you get from the Pokemon Center?
So I got a Sobble plushie because that was my starter, or my planned starter for when I started Shield.
Yeah.
I got one of the canvas bags, which I really like, and a Pikachu t-shirt, because you can't not have a Pikachu t-shirt.
Exactly. I love it.
And then you stole my last 2 spaces, because why should I let them go to waste?
Exactly. So here's what I got. I got a giant Mimikyu plushie, which
yes, you did.
The pride of my day that day. I was so happy. It was the best day of my life. I was just happy enough that I could get that, because we got the last one, didn't we?
You saw somebody walking around with it, and we asked them where they got it from, and she said, oh, it's the last one. And then I saw them sort of at the corner of my eye, umming and ahhing, and then she was like, no, I'm going to put it back. So it literally touched the shelf, and I just snatched it, and I was like, here you go, Tom, have it. You need this before anyone else steals it.
Yeah, so I got one of those. I got a Grookey and a Scorbunny plush, one for me and one for Freya, because I started with Grookey, she started with Scorbunny, and Matt started with Sobble.
We all had our little starters, and that was so cool.
I got a free pack of notebooks based on like the Pokemon Center London. I got some Mimikyu socks, which I was really happy with as well. Anything Mimikyu, really cool. I'm happy. I got a t-shirt of the Pokemon Center London. It's like a little London Pikachu on it. And I got a Pokemon Center London mug, which I was drinking coffee out of this morning.
Nice.
I also, at the counter, you could buy additional stuff, and they had these stickers that were based on the different regions of Pokemon, and they were like little like fridge magnet style ones, and they were like all the different regions, so I picked up a pack of those, and I haven't used them yet because they're just so pretty, and I don't want to
waste them.
But I've got them, and they're really cool.
That's fine. That's cool.
It was a great day. It was a long day. We didn't get home until like 10 o'clock in the evening, so we were out for like nearly 24 hours, like all in. But it was worth it.
I didn't sleep on the way up there, so I was very, very tired and grouchy, but it was worth it.
I remember on the way back I fell asleep on the coach and then woke up like an hour and a half later, and you were like, yeah, we haven't even left London yet because the traffic was so bad.
It was so bad we've moved 3 streets in an hour and a half.
It was
terrible. And you were convinced that we got like halfway home. I was like, I'm sorry, Tom. We're not even out of central London yet.
I just wanted to sleep off the journey and just like get back, but nope, apparently not. Wasn't to be.
That was a long journey home.
But it was so great. I really enjoyed myself.
It was worth it. Totally worth it.
So, Matt, why don't we take a moment just to talk about shiny Pokemon?
Oh, shiny Pokemon.
Because you and I have been sort of collecting shiny Pokemon, shall we say, and Pokemon Home's been giving away so many that we've managed to get like quite a big collection now.
I'm slowly increasing my collection. I'm pretty sure like 99% of them are hacked in, but I don't mind.
My favourite new Pokemon from Sword and Shield was Ice-Q, and when I finished Sword and Shield, I made it my little mission to breed a shiny Ice-Q, and I did, and it was horrific. I don't know how people do it. It's so... I haven't gone back, I haven't done it again. It takes so long to hatch a shiny Pokemon. It took me like 2 weeks, I swear. I remember just losing my mind every day. I was like, oh my god, please let this one be the one. And it never was.
Do you know what? I tried to hatch a shiny Pumpkaboo, and I couldn't. And in the end, I found one on Home anyway.
But I think it's just easier to go on Home now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But I love my
tried
little...
for what felt like an eternity, and it was just not happening. Even with the shiny charm, so I was like, I'll just search on home now that it's out, and got one almost immediately.
But I love my little shiny Ice Cube. He's a little
He's
pink,
really cool.
cute little pink penguin, and I got him tattooed on my leg as well because
yes, you do.
I just really wanted it. So the amount of shiny Pokemon I have now, not including the ones in home because I keep forgetting to check those, is 69.
Nice.
I have 69 shiny Pokemon. I love it.
So on Pokemon Home, I currently have 70 shiny Pokemon.
70.
Yeah, that's not including the ones that I've got on Pokemon Go, but I think I've only got about like 10, 12 on Pokemon Go.
Yeah, same with me. Man, you've overtaken me then.
So what is your favourite shiny that you have so far?
Oh, damn, that's a good question. I really like my Ice Cube. I love my Mimikyu shiny.
Yeah.
They're the obvious two. But then I did get a shiny Celebi that I really love at the moment. It looks like rhubarb and it's like purple and cute and like... Oh, it's great. I don't know though. I do love shiny Haxorus as well, and that's one of the ones I've got.
Yeah, that's cool.
What about you?
I think, obviously, shiny Gengar is
of course.
my favourite. Yeah. But I'd also have a shiny Mismagius, which I really like.
Oh man, Mismagius is cool.
My shiny Mew, which I'm 100% sure is hacked in, but you know.
Like we said earlier, there's clone Pokemon in the canon of Pokemon, and like the way I see it, they're still Pokemon. They've still got feelings. That movie showed us. So like, to me, they're just like they're fair play. Like
I got it as a surprise trade on Shield. You know, who offers up a level 100 shiny Mew with perfect stats.
Exactly.
But that's fine.
So the way I see it, I'm just like, I can't. Like I want to be that guy in like Pokemon that's just like, I'll take the ones that nobody wants and I'll look after them. And I'll show them that they can be better. So
I'll show them love.
Exactly. Man, yeah. I don't know what other shinies I really like. There's so many good ones out there, and there's so many bad ones. I've got a shiny Incineroar, and that thing does not look good.
I'll tell you what I got this morning.
Go on.
It was a shiny Reshiram.
Reshiram?
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. Can you even get that as shiny?
It's white, but it has like golden rings around its neck.
I don't even know if you can actually officially get that as shiny yet.
I don't know.
You might be able to, but there's definitely a hacked one.
I'll send you a screenshot after this.
Yeah, sounds good.
It looks quite funky.
Anyway, should we take a break and then we'll come back and we will bring in a new feature that's kind of an updated feature of an old feature?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. All right, we'll see you guys in just a sec.
See you after the break.
Welcome back. So we're going to play some games now, and in the old show we used to play a game of Pokemon 20 questions where one of us would bring a Pokemon each month and the other person would have to try and guess that Pokemon by asking yes or no questions until they got it. We've kind of updated it this time and we want to play a game called Pokemon Show and Tell, and it's kind of explanatory but it involves guessing still as well. So basically, Matt, I've got a Pokemon that I'm thinking of and I'm going to give you like a piece of information each time, and each time you're going to guess a Pokemon until you get it right.
Awesome.
So, okay, I'm going to start this time by saying dragon.
Dragon? Ooh. Okay.
So I need
Is it a newly introduced Pokemon in Pokemon Shield?
No.
No. Okay. No. Does it have a secondary type?
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you it has the ability Mold Breaker.
Any
guesses?
No, I'm still very lost. Mold Breaker.
It's a final evolution in a free Pokemon line.
See, part of me wants to say Charizard.
Charizard's not a dragon.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Why
not? I'm gonna say. It's hard to say what color it is. I guess yellowy green color. So it's a single type dragon Pokemon.
Is it in Pokemon Shield? Like, can you acquire it in Pokemon Shield?
Yes.
Is it Haxorus?
It is.
Yes.
Good going, dude. That was pretty decent.
It was the colour that gave it away.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was going to say Axe, and then I was like, that's really obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Haxorus is my Pokemon this month, and it's a Pokemon that I really enjoy. Ever since I got the shiny of it, I've been kind of working on how to use it in teams, and I haven't tried it out properly yet, but it seems really strong. So I would... Sorry, go on.
I did use it in my team briefly before I went all Ghost. And it's a good Pokemon.
I think it's really cool. It's one of those like amazing designs, I think.
Yeah.
I would give it an adamant nature, and I would invest its EVs in attack and speed.
Yeah.
I would give it probably either Dragon Dance or Swords Dance, depending on whether you want the speed instead of the full-on attack boost. I'll give it... I'd say Outrage. I'm just looking at like different moves it can learn now. Like Outrage is like a good move, but if it gets locked in, so if they switch into a fairy, you're kind of screwed.
Fair enough.
But I'll give it Rock Slide, and then what else would I give it? That's a good question. Maybe Earthquake, just for coverage. Obviously, like I'm not like a super competitive player. I just kind of go with like what's a good like setup for this Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, it does learn Superpower, so actually I think I'll give it Superpower so it can take care of Ice types a bit better. But
good shout.
I love Haxorus. I think it's a great Pokemon.
It is a good Pokemon. I do like it.
I don't know who I'd pair it with though.
No.
It's kind of one of those ones. I think next time I'm going to have like a full blown like setup of who I pair it with, like everything.
I'll bring a little competitive setup.
I'll bring an actual competitive analysis to the table instead of just like making it up on the fly like I'm doing now. But
yeah, that's fair.
It's Haxorus. What about you, Matt? What's your Pokemon?
Okay, so you can probably guess that my Pokemon is a Ghost type.
Okay, is it Frostlass?
It's not.
Okay.
It does also have a secondary type of grass.
Oh, Trevenant.
No, it's not, but you're very close.
Close.
Yes.
Is it Phantump?
It's not Phantump.
Oh, I know what it is.
Go on.
It's Pumpkaboo.
It is Pumpkaboo.
Yeah! I should have known after you mentioned it earlier.
I do love Pumpkaboo.
Pumpkaboo's a great Pokemon. It's one of my favourites.
I've not really used it before, and after acquiring it in Shield and using it as part of my Ghost team, he was really reliable.
I tried really hard to make a mono Ghost team that was competitively viable that used both Phantump and Pumpkaboo because they were like my two favourite Pokemon at one point. And it's not great, but at least Pumpkaboo is better than Phantump because it has Shadow Sneak, which is like a priority move because they're so outsped and like their stats are so low compared to other Pokemon. Like at least they can get a hit in. It's kind of how I saw it. But yeah, I love
it was between like Pumpkaboo and Trevenant, and I do like Phantump.
Oh yeah,
I do like Phantump, but I much prefer Pumpkaboo.
I think I do prefer Phantump. That's kind of nice. We can have one each.
Our own individual ones. I mean, I did keep it as a Pumpkaboo as well.
Yeah, I don't evolve mine.
No, I didn't want to evolve it either.
They're too cute.
But, moveset wise, always leave it with a Leech Seed.
Good idea.
That's really handy.
I like the Leech Seed.
Shadow Ball.
Okay, I like it.
Sludge Bomb.
Nice.
And Hex.
Sounds good. So the Hex is there for the poison.
Yeah, hopefully.
That was your like in-game Pokemon, right?
Yeah. I mean, I had Shadow Sneak for a bit, but I probably should have kept it, to be honest.
Shadow Sneak's a great move. It's one of my favourites. So when you were using it, was that like part of your proper in-game team? Like, did you take it to the Elite Four and everything, or was it like later? Oh, nice.
I took it all the way.
So cool. I wish I'd kind of done that, but I had like a big team by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I gave it. Is it the evil light that powers it up if you don't evolve it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I gave it one of those. A
Oh, so
little
it actually
strong little
stood a chance
bugaboo.
then.
Yeah.
Nice. I've actually been messing around at the moment with Eevee like Dustclops. Damn,
Oh,
that
that's
thing
cool.
is insane. It's so strong.
Really.
It's so good. Like I really recommend trying that out. It
I
it
might give it a go.
it blows Dust Noir out of the water.
Really.
Yeah, it really does.
Nice. That's cool.
Okay, so that was Pokemon Show and Tell. Next month we'll come back with probably a bit more of a system,
Yeah, we're just
and
kind of freestyling it today, but
it's kind of fun just to kind of have like a rusty first episode because then we know where to improve, and like I like
yeah,
that we know what to do now.
yeah.
So what we are going to do now is something that we used to do at the start of every month, and we used to do a ranking episode where we would take a subcategory of Pokemon, like starter Pokemon, baby Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, and we would rank them into a top 10 list. So, kind of deciding which ones. Matt and I kind of sat down one day and we brainstormed a lot of different topics, and we managed to get like over 2 years worth of topics now.
Oh, we have a lot of different lists available.
Oh, yeah. So,
Ooh,
this
yes.
month we want to rank the top 10 Kanto Pokemon. We've both made lists of our own of what we consider 10 of the best Kanto Pokemon, and we're going to pitch them to each other and try and debate which ones we think should be on there and shouldn't be on there until we get up to a list of 10 Pokemon.
That's cool.
All right,
Shall we
Matt,
start this off?
let's start this off.
Who wants to go first?
Why don't you start? You tell me who's
Okay,
first on your list.
I'll start. In no
In
particular order, I'm going to start with Kingler.
Kingler.
Yeah.
How come?
I really like its design,
Yeah,
even though it's just essentially like a chunky crab.
it's just a crab, but I
It's
like
just a
it.
crab, but I like it. It just gives me memories of when I used to play through Gold and Silver as a kid. I always used to get a Kingler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
really cool.
I thought he has a special place with me, so he needs to be on my top 10 Kanto list.
Nice.
How
So
about you,
for
Tom?
my first Pokemon on the list is Eevee.
Oh, yes.
Eevee's a great Pokemon. It's
Eevee.
one of those ones that like I've always liked throughout my time. Like I've used it in many different games and I haven't evolved it in quite a lot. Like I remember quite clearly being a kid and playing Gen 1 and not evolving my Eevee because of the anime episode where like the little kid has an Eevee and he can't decide which one to evolve it into and he just decides I'm going to be an Eevee trainer.
That's
Uh,
really cool.
so I kept him and then I played Pokemon Moon and I had an Eevee and a Pikachu on my team that I didn't evolve and like I just really like Eevee. And then Let's Go came out, and I got to do a whole adventure with an Eevee that is just so OP and so good. And like,
You know, sometimes I think that like not evolving a Pokemon is really nice. Just
it
having it
is
as its
cool.
base form.
I like that as well. My
Yeah.
Purloin, I'm never evolving my Purloin.
No, he's cute.
All right, Matt, who's your next one?
My next one is Omanite, the
Oh, my
little
night.
fossil. Omanite.
Okay.
You're not a keen.
I'm not keen, but go on.
I like the fossil Pokemons. I just think they're really cute.
Nah, fair
Um,
enough.
I mean, the design isn't that great. It's all right. It's basically based on a fossil,
Yeah,
but
it is. I like it.
I'm not
But
even really sure why. I just, when I was thinking about top 10 Pokemon, he came straight into my head. So I was like, okay, he can go on my list.
nah, fair enough, man. Okay, next for me is Gengar.
Oh yes,
Now, Gengar's
of
just a
course he's on
great
the
Pokemon.
list.
He's like one of your favorite Pokemon. He's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah,
I just loved him. I used him all the way through Pokken Tournament when I played through the story on that, and like I caught a shiny Haunter in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I evolved it into a shiny Gengar that Mega evolved, and like I've now got a shiny Gigantamax Gengar and like Sword and Shield, and it's just become one of those Pokemon that I just really really love.
it's it's still relevant today.
Exactly, yeah, like it stood up the test of time, which is a really
Yeah,
good sign.
I do
Gengar and
love
Charizard,
Gengar.
like two Pokemon that just
Yes,
stood against the test of time.
exactly.
Okay, who's next
Do
for
love
you?
it. The second fossil, Kabuto,
Okay,
because I like him.
fair enough.
Um, Especially in the anime episode where was it Kabuto Island, where the whole island was made out of like little Kabutos.
It rings a bell, but I don't really remember.
I can't remember the whole thing, but it was just like an island of Kabuto that all wake up.
That's cool.
I like it. I love that episode.
Fair enough. My next Pokemon for the Kanto Top 10 is Lapras.
Lapras is a good Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon that I never really cared about before.
No.
Until recently when I got a G-Max form and I tried it out and I was like, oh my god, this Pokemon's insanely good.
It made it interesting.
Yeah, and I love the idea it's like a fairy Pokemon and like it can truly understand human speech is really cool as well. So like there's a lot of reasons why Lapras is just a really cool Pokemon. But I just think it's great. It's become a mainstay on my team now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Okay, next for me is our chunky boy Snorlax.
Ooh, good choice.
I do like a Snorlax.
I like a Snorlax too.
He's just... I feel like it's me, just lazy and wants to eat all the time.
Yeah, and me. Everyone can relate to a Snorlax.
Exactly, he's relatable. And you know, who doesn't remember as a kid giving it leftovers and just like beasting through the Elite Four with a level 100 Snorlax?
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, good times.
Ah, man. It's become the bane of my existence in Pokemon Sword and Shield because like a competitively set up Gigantamax Snorlax is so hard to take down that it's like not even funny. It makes me angry.
It's difficult. He's a challenge.
Okay, next on my list is a Pokemon that, again, like similar to Lapras, I never had much appreciation for until just now with Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that is Clefable.
Oh.
Now, Clefable is just one of those Pokemon that, like, it doesn't look like much, but damn, is that thing tanky, and, like, it sets up real good. Like, I had it on my team with Toxapex, and I remember I was around your house once, and I was like, Matt, you've just got to see this Pokemon. It is insane. And it was just like this little fairy that could heal and it could set up stealth rocks and like it just owned, man. It was so good.
It's very good. It's a very good Pokemon. Like looks wise, it looks kind of just sort of average, I guess.
I feel like when it was a normal type, it was just so underwhelming, but now it's got a fairy typing. It's just become really good.
Yeah.
Like people love it.
Oh,
so yeah, that's Clefable.
Fair enough. Good old Clefable. Next on my list is Cloister.
Ooh, Cloister's good.
Essentially ghastly inside a shell.
That is what it is.
Yeah, I like it because it looks kind of spooky.
I do like me a Cloister.
Yeah, I quite often used to have one on my team as well. You know, me and my water types.
Oh yeah, I use it in my ice type team, and it's just really cool. Like it has a really good ability and skill link, so that every attack it hits can hit up to 5 times, will hit 5 times, and
I remember you using it. It's very good.
Yeah, it does a good job. Next on my list, next on my list is Meowth.
Meowth.
Now Meowth's a great Pokemon. I love Meowth. I mean, I didn't appreciate it too much until we did this podcast, actually, Payday. And now
he's like the poster boy for this podcast.
He's our mascot, and I love him.
Yeah.
I will fight you to protect him.
I will fight you.
I feel like it's a Pokemon that was just kind of getting forgotten about quite easily. Like, the anime was just all you thought of it as, but, like, ever since Sun and Moon, when they brought in Alolan Meowth, and then, you know, Galeria Meowth, and Gigantamax Meowth, and, like, all these different versions of Meowth, like, it's just become, like, a lot more poignant, and
it's made it more interesting again.
Yeah, and, like, I love all the different versions. It was one of those sort of, like,
looked-over ones, you know, like you said in the anime, it was just like this talking cat. Whenever anyone mentioned Meowth, it was just Team Rocket's Meowth.
Yeah,
but now, you know, it's more interesting with the different forms. I really like the G-Max one.
Yeah, I do as well. Playing through the Elite Four with G-Max Happy Hour, I think it was called, or something.
Yeah.
I like just getting so much money. Like, it was so good.
Get rich quick.
Exactly. Who's next for you?
Next on my list is Gyarados.
Ooh, good choice. Why didn't I think of that?
Gyarados. I know, Gyarados. You've mentioned a few, and I'm like, why haven't I thought of that?
Gyarados is a good one.
I do like Gyarados. You know, he's a beastie boy.
He really is. That's another one that's just stood up well to the test of time as well.
Yeah, it's still relevant, and everyone loves themselves a shiny red Gyarados.
Everyone's first shiny, really.
Yeah, basically. The one that was just given to you.
Does it count? I think it counts.
It still counts. It's a shiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course it counts.
I love how like electric attacks can just destroy it, but like anything else, like it's just so fearless. Like it can just fuck
Yeah.
everything up. Like
I just like that it looks angry all the time. You never see like a really chilled out Gyarados.
it's just always
It
angry.
just looks like it's like, wants to fuck shit up all the time.
I do like a Gyarados. I think its typing's weird. Water flying, like flying's
Yeah,
weird
it's a
to
bit
me.
strange.
I like
But
it a lot when it Mega Evolves and gets the Dark type instead of the Flying type.
that's cool.
I feel like it should always be that type.
It should. Would make more sense.
Alright, next on my list is Machamp.
Ooh.
Machamp's not a favourite of mine, but I got it recently in Sword and Shield. I got a shiny G-Max one from Pokemon Home, of course, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. It looks like the Incredible Hulk, and it hits hard. But
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta be honest, on this list, it's probably the weakest one for me, but
Yeah.
I do love me a Machamp. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I love the whole like idea that it's one of those trade evolution Pokemons, and like I don't know.
I don't think I've ever actually used a Machamp. I might give it a go one day.
I haven't either, and I think it just needs more of a chance. I know
Yeah.
that there's I don't think you can actually physically get one, but like if you could, it would be like horrible. But like the one of the abilities of Machamp is no guard, so every attack hits, but every attack hits you basically.
Okay.
So like you'll never miss. But if you give a Machamp Fissure, it will hit every time.
Brilliant.
But you can only do that in Gen 1, and if you transfer a Gen 1 one up, it doesn't get no guard because it gets its hidden ability instead. So
Yeah.
it's a shame because that would just be like the most OP Pokemon ever otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
who's next?
Next on my list is Dragonite.
Ooh, good
That
choice.
big yellow boy
Dragonite's a great one.
is always try and get a Dragonite if I can.
They're just so hard to evolve early on.
I think that's what I like, is the challenge of having to level it up so much.
It's not an easy one. You've
No.
got to work hard to get it. Yeah, I get
I
it.
remember in Gold and Silver, when you used to go to like the arcade corner and you could get a Dratini fairly early on if you got enough coins. So I was that kid that would play like the slot machines and stuff to get the coins to get a Dratini as early as possible.
God, I don't know how you had the patience for that.
Because I'm pretty sure you only got them when you got to like the last gym leader.
You could get them at the Safari Zone.
Okay.
You had to fish in the Safari Zone, but that took a while and they were really hard to get.
Yeah, screw that.
Okay, so next on my list is Wheezing.
Ooh, that's an
Wheezing's
interesting
one of those
choice.
ones. He's one of those ones that like I've always loved the design of, but like never ever used it until recently when I was playing Sword and Shield and I started using a Kanto Wheezing with the ability Neutralizing Gas, which basically stops all effects of abilities working while it's on the field.
Oh, right, okay.
And
that's cool.
It can work really well. It can also work against you because it stops your abilities from working, but it can be really like crucial against some Pokemon where their abilities are so like devastating to your team.
Yeah.
And I just really like it. It's really bulky. It can do really good stuff. Like I set it with Toxic Spikes, and I've got Will-O-Wisp on it and things like that. And it can just do a lot of things. And I like the design. It's a great Pokemon.
That's fair enough. I quite like the Galarian version as well.
Oh, I do. Top Hat Boy.
Yeah, Top Hat Boy.
I haven't tried him. I haven't used him yet, but I like him.
No, I've not, but I still like it. So, next on my list is Gengar.
Oh, a crossover. Our first crossover.
Our first crossover. I don't think I really need to say anything more about Gengar. He's just amazing.
It's great. Yeah, we've said everything we need to say, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, next on my list is Mew.
Mew!
It was a toss-up between Mew and Mewtwo. And originally it was going to be Mewtwo, and then I just thought, actually, nostalgia makes me want to say Mew more, because Mew was like a favourite Pokemon of mine for a long time when I was really young.
Mewtwo's really like Mew.
I had one in like Gold and Silver. I must be in my Crystal version, actually, in Gen 2, and I leveled that thing up to like level 100, and it must have taken me hours, but I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And I really enjoyed using it. I thought it was a great Pokemon. I love it. I've been using one now in Sword and Shield just for training up my competitive Pokemon, and I love the fact that it can do anything. Like it can learn any move.
Just teach any move. That's amazing.
It's got a base flat 100 on every stat, so it's versatile. You can kind of do whatever you want with it. Like the one I'm using now doesn't even have any attacking moves. It literally is just there to set up Spikes, Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes, and then like Thunder Wave, I think.
That's really cool.
It's just there to just be a nuisance to any threat that comes out against me.
Yeah, just throw it in and like cause absolute carnage.
Yeah, I really like me an entry hazard now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's like a nice little setup to the battle.
Yeah. So who's yours?
Next on mine is Haunter.
Haunter. We've just had Gengar.
I know, but I like Haunter too. I like it. He's
cool.
a little floaty boy.
It made me sad.
Pokemon
sorry.
Let's Go Pikachu when you could ride on his back.
I was just about to say, it made me sad that in Let's Go, when it evolved into Gengar, you couldn't ride the Gengar anymore, because
that was
I loved
disappointing.
Riding the Haunter.
It was so much fun, just sort of like floating around on a Haunter.
Yeah.
With his creepy little hands.
So creepy.
I love it.
The creepiest of hands.
I just love his design. He's just really jaggedy and creepy.
Yeah. He is a cool Pokemon, to be fair.
He is.
Alright, the next Pokemon for me is Starmie.
Starmie!
Yeah, I like Starmie.
Me too.
I think it's cool.
I have one on my arm.
It's sad that it's not in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, that was a disappointment.
I think it might come in eventually with the expansions and stuff, but like at the moment it's just sad that it's not there, because I love it. I've got a really good typing of Water and Psychic, and I love the fact that it can learn like all these different kinds of moves. It can learn like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and like Rapid Spin, and like it can do like a lot of things, but it mostly just works as a really good like versatile sweeper, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's a very good versatile Pokemon. I do like it.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Thanks.
Good choice. Lastly on my list is Ghastly.
Ghastly, you got all the squad here.
Yeah, my all-time favourite Pokemon. I just love all three of them. I love all the evolutions.
They are pretty cool, to be fair.
Little ball of gas. Absolutely love him.
He's got a good shiny as well.
He does.
I've got to get me a shiny Ghastly.
Ghastly is incredible.
I do like a Ghastly. Okay, so the last one on my list is Victory Bell.
Victory Bell.
I do like me a Victory Bell. I think it's a cool Pokemon. I mean, it's not like the best, and I think a lot of people prefer Vileplume, but like when it comes to playing like Heart Gold, Soul Silver and stuff, like I always went for a Bellsprout at the beginning of the game, and I loved having the Victory Bell at the end.
Yeah, I quite often picked a Bellsprout as well.
Yeah, I remember being such a nightmare though, going through the Pokeathlon every time and having to like just set this like Weeping Bell, like running around doing like tracks and stuff and like breaking bricks and stuff just to like get a Leaf Stone to evolve it. But like, God, was it worth it when I got there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Good Pokemon.
It's hard to say anything else about it. It's just a cool Pokemon. I really love its design, and
that's another good choice, Tom. Why didn't I think of that?
Right, so Matt, we need to get this list down. We've got 19 Pokemon on this list because we only have one crossover. I thought we'd have a lot more than that.
Yes, we need to get it down.
So I think each round we should do a round of which Pokemon we think should be off of the list and trying to get rid of one Pokemon off the list, and then we decide which Pokemon should be on the list and keep a Pokemon on the list.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Sure, I can start.
Cool.
Okay, so for this round we'll pick Pokemon we want to take off the list.
Okay.
And I'm going to go straight in with Omanyte. I want Omanyte off this list.
Okay, that's fair enough.
You're happy to let it go?
I'm happy to let it go. I do like him, but he's not like my all-time favourite.
It's not that I dislike Omanyte at all. I don't think it's a great top 10 Pokemon. Like when it comes, I don't know. For me, it just doesn't stand out in any way. Like I know it's a rare Pokemon, but like so's Kabuto and so's like Aerodactyl's missing off this list. I think Aerodactyl deserves a place before either of those two.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I'm happy to remove that one.
Okay. Alright, what about you, Matt?
I could quite happily live without Machamp, if I'm honest.
I will allow that because, like I said, I don't really think it's a great Pokemon. I really appreciated the fact that, like, it's just a cool Pokemon. I like the design. I don't think it's overly strong. I don't think it's great, but I think it could be great. When they one day give me a Fisher, no guard, Machamp, I'm going to be really happy.
It has potential.
Yeah, but it's just not there yet.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright, so we both successfully eliminated one Pokemon off the list each. Okay.
Right, which ones do you want to keep?
Okay, a Pokemon I definitely want to keep on this list is... I'm going to go for an easy one and say Gengar.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. That's absolutely fine.
For all the reasons we said earlier, I think Gengar's just really great. Like, it is just... It's one of our favourite Pokemon between us, and I think to not give it a place on this list would kind of be criminal.
Oh, I would.
All right. What about you, Matt? Who's staying?
I'm going to go ahead and plea with you that Ghastly stays on this list.
Ooh, Ghastly, huh?
Yeah. Just because he's, an amazing ball of gas and he's so awesome. How can you not love a Ghastly?
Okay. I'm going to let you have it because it's your favourite, but only on the grounds that it is your favourite Pokemon.
Yay! Thanks, Tom.
Otherwise, I would have said straight away no.
So many people are going to disagree with this list.
Just because I think Gengar is already on here.
Yeah.
But
it's such
you do love a Ghastly.
Such an amazing evolution line.
Alright, cool. So the two Pokemon that are staying on this list at the moment are Gengar and Ghastly.
Yeah.
Okay. Pokemon that we think should be removed from this list.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm gonna plead that Haunter gets taken off this list. Because I don't want all three of the boys on here.
That's fair. I mean, I really like his design, but out of all three of them, Gengar and Ghastly are my favourites.
I feel like this list needs to be slightly more diverse than having three of the same basic Pokemon on this list.
That's fair enough. I'll allow it. Goodbye, okay. Haunter.
Goodbye, Haunter. What about you, Matt?
Oh, this is actually quite difficult.
It is. Yeah.
We've got a lot of good Pokemon here. Do you know what? I'm going to say Wheezing.
Ooh,
to get rid of, maybe.
Yeah? Okay. Any reasoning?
I don't know. Just because I don't really like it that much. I guess now that it's got its Galarian version, it's more interesting again. But when I'm thinking of like the original 150, it's not one that ever stood out to me that much.
Fair. I wouldn't count Galarian Wheezing as part of this list because it's Galar Pokemon. Yeah. Whereas I guess if you're just talking about Kanto Wheezing, I was going to argue that I think Vitriol should be taken off instead, but just based on the anime, I think that the Vitriol have way more personality than the Wheezing ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy to take Wheezing off this list.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
So, who are we keeping on this list?
Okay. I want to keep... I want to keep Gyarados on this list.
I'm more than happy with that.
I think Gyarados is just an iconic Pokemon. It's really strong. It's just great, especially nowadays with Dynamax Gyarados being such a big threat because it can use Max Airstream if you teach it Bounce, and basically that is a flying type move that also increases its speed. And if you can successfully knock a Pokemon out and it has the ability Moxie, then you're getting an attack boost as well. So this Pokemon's just getting more and more strong each turn and just becoming more and more fearsome. So
they're just making a tank even more tankier.
It's just becoming this absolute monster. I think it's great.
I love it.
You've always got to be prepared for a Gyarados.
Oh yes, yes you do. Good choice.
Who do you think?
I'd quite like to keep Lapras on this list.
I'm glad you said that because that was going to be my other decision before I went with Gyarados. I
do like a Lapras.
I like
all the
Lapras
points
too.
You said earlier. It's very good.
Yeah, Gigantamax Lapras is my favourite G-Max Pokemon, and I've been using it on my team pretty much solidly as my Dynamax Pokemon, and it's just great.
Cool. I really love it. Lapras stays on the list.
Okay, elimination round again.
Okay, who are we getting rid of, Tom?
I want to see Kabuto gone from this list.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not going to argue with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I quite like the two fossils, but then I'm not mad about them. I've got more Pokemon on this list that I prefer more.
That's fair.
So that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Goodbye, Kabuto.
Goodbye, Kabuto. Ooh, this is getting really difficult now.
It is.
We have so many good ones. I'm gonna say Clefable.
Okay.
Mainly based because, in the original, Red and Blue, it was kind of naff.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, it wasn't ever a Pokemon that could have been great. I mean, the fact that it had Soft Boil was really good.
Yeah.
And I guess it's gotten really good lately, but it hasn't always been, whereas a lot of Pokemon on this list have consistently been great.
Yeah. Originally it was kind of naff. I mean, it's got better, but its design to me is just a bit meh.
Okay, yeah, I'm not as keen on its design either. I'll let Clefable go. I think it's a great Pokemon, but maybe it's not a top 10 Kanto
No.
Pokemon. I don't know. Okay, right, so let's go over what Pokemon are left. So on the list at the moment we have Gengar, Lapras, Gyarados, and Ghastly. But left to go
Yes.
on or off the list are Eevee, Meowth, Mew, Starmie, Victreebel, Kingler, Snorlax, Cloister, and Dragonite.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on that time to start putting Pokemon on the list again.
Okay. Who would you like to go for, Tom?
I'm going to go for Dragonite.
Yep.
I think
I'll agree with
Dragonite
you on that one.
is iconic again. It's a great Dragon type Pokemon. It was the only Dragon type in Gen 1 as well, which is really cool.
Was it? I didn't realise that.
It was the only Dragon type, yeah.
That's really cool.
And it
I
was
like that.
just great for that reason. It was so like kind of elusive and like you knew you were a good trainer if you had a Dragonite on your team.
Oh yes, you worked hard for that Dragonite.
And it was a tank because Dragon type was strong in Gen 1.
Yes,
all the way up until Fairy type in Gen 6, to be honest.
Yes, until Fairy was introduced.
So Dragonite, you're on.
Sweet.
What about you, Matt?
I'm going to go out there and say Mew should stay on this list.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I think it's got a really good legacy, and it's, the fact that it's so rare, like it's such a hard Pokemon to get hold of because you can't get it unless you get it for a distribution. I mean, it could be a negative or a positive on that point, but I think the fact that like it is super rare makes it great.
Even to this day, it's still really difficult to obtain.
Yeah, like do you remember like that moment when you got one when you were a kid and like, oh man, it was
I don't think I ever had one as a kid. I think the first one I ever got was from Pokemon Let's Go when you got one of the Pokeball Plus.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
I know, but it just made that one on Pokemon Let's Go even more special.
That's true. Yeah. I love Mew. Like I said earlier, I love how versatile it is and the things you can do with it. I just think, to not put it on this list would be kind of sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, elimination time.
Elimination round. Who's going, Tom?
I want to take Kingler off this list.
Okay.
I personally just don't think it does anything. When you look at this list of winners, I just don't see Kingler standing out among all these Pokemon.
I mean, for the Pokemon that are left, I feel like that's fair.
I mean, like, I know it has a lot choices. It has sentimental value for you, but Ghastly is that, and it's on the list already. And I just feel like it just doesn't do much. Even with the introduction of a Gigantamax Kingler, I still don't see it getting used. Like it's still not a Pokemon that people are going crazy for, even though they refreshed it.
That's fair.
I think it's easily forgotten.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Sorry, Kingler. I do like you, but you're gone.
Goodbye, Kingler.
All right, Matt.
This is so difficult. I'm going to go ahead and say Meowth, even though he is our mascot.
Okay, I could accept that. I think it's a really cool Pokemon, but yeah, I know what you mean. I think it would only be going on here because of this podcast, and not actually based on the fact that it's a best or a top 10 Kanto Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, it was nice to put on there, but I'm happy to let it go too.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, should we talk about what's staying on the list?
We've only got 11 Pokemon left, so we need to take one Pokemon off of this list. So, here's what we have so far. We have Eevee, Gengar, Lapras, Mew, Starmie, Victreebel, Snorlax, Cloister, Gyarados, Dragonite, and Ghastly.
Cool.
I feel like Victreebel should be gone.
You want to take Victreebel off?
Personally, just looking at this list of Pokemon, I just don't see Victreebel standing out very well against the rest.
That's fair enough.
Personally, I don't know about you. Are there any others that you think should be gone?
I'm quite happy to see Victreebel gone, to be honest.
So
I mean, there are some that I would much prefer on the list over Victreebel.
Yeah, same. Okay, so now we've got our top 10, but we need to rank them in terms of which one's the best and which one's the worst, and which one's our number one Kanto Pokemon.
So should we run through quickly what we've got on this top 10 on the list?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
So we have Cloister, Snorlax, Eevee, Starmie, Gengar, Ghastly, Gyarados, Lapras, Dragonite, and Mew.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know how we can work out who would you guess is the number 10 slot here?
I don't know.
For me, it's between Ghastly and Eevee.
As in, like, the worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the worst of the best?
The worst of the best.
I personally want to put forward Ghastly as the worst of the best. I know that it's your favourite Pokemon, but if it's going up against, say, Eevee, I just think Eevee has a lot more potential and a hell of a lot more going for it.
That's fair enough.
I mean, the fact that Let's Go Eevee made it so OP and so versatile, and like it had all the different moves based on its evolutions, and then all its evolutions itself, like the potential that it can become all these different Pokemon. But
That's
also,
fair.
it's strong enough to stand out on its own as well.
That's fair.
It also has a G-Max now.
Oh, it does.
Alright, so you happy to put Ghastly in at number 10?
Yes. So Ghastly is placed number 10 on this list.
Okay.
What should go at number 9?
Okay, I want to say it's between Cloister and Eevee.
Okay.
It depends how you feel about that. Do you think Cloister's better than that? Or
I feel like Cloister is better than Eevee.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I guess it is good. I do like its skill link ability. It has Shell Smash. It's got a cool shiny. I think it's a good Pokemon. I'm happy to put Cloister ahead.
Are we doing Eevee at number 9 and then Cloister 8?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do that.
Cloister
so, who's number 7 on this list?
Ooh, okay. This is where it gets interesting because now we've got some real good Pokemon here.
Yeah, we do.
These are the best Pokemon now. Who do you think?
I think Starmie should go number 7.
Do you know what? I was thinking the same thing.
Cool. We're both agreeing this Starmie then.
Starmie's a great Pokemon, but it's not as good as the others.
Doesn't stand much against the others. Okay, so number 6.
I think.
Any suggestions?
I think Mew comes in at number 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, personally.
Okay.
I mean, it is a great Pokemon, but I don't know. I like the fact that it can do many things, but I think being a jack of all trades doesn't make you a top Pokemon, in my opinion. I think being specifically good at what you can do is what defines you as a great Pokemon. And I just think that Mew is great, and none of these Pokemon are worth any sort of criticism, but if we're ranking them, I think Mew would come in 6.
Okay, that's fair. You made a good point there, to be honest.
Okay.
So who's going for number 5 then?
Who do you think first?
Sticky voice. I feel Snorlax.
Ooh, okay. I was thinking Lapras.
Okay.
Alright, go on. You tell me why you think Snorlax is better than... Or Lapras is better than Snorlax.
I don't really have any sort of explanation. I thought Snorlax was kind of worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
design-wise, it's just a round, fat blob.
It's apples and oranges at this point, I guess, isn't it? They're both pretty similar in a way. Like, they're both bulky, heavy Pokemon that are very strong at the same time as well.
Yeah.
And they do different things. Like, the G-Max Snorlax is really great because it can heal itself really easily and, like, basically just wall any opponent. And Lapras is great because it can set up both the screens at the same time when it's in G-Max form.
Yeah.
Personally, though, I just think that Snorlax is a stronger Pokemon. Like, it's easier to take out a Lapras than it is to take out a Snorlax, for example.
That's a fair point.
I
didn't think about that, really.
Snorlax is just... I feel like it is just basically is stronger. Like, although they do very different things, I feel like Snorlax is just better.
Okay, so we're doing Lapras number 5.
Snorlax number 4?
Number 4, yeah. I'm happy with that.
Okay. So our top 3 Pokemon that we need to rank now are Gyarados, Dragonite, and Gengar. This is where it gets tough.
I'm just going to go ahead and say Gyarados number 3, Dragonite number 2, and Gengar number 1.
Very similar, but I was going to say Dragonite number 3, Gyarados number 2, Gengar number 1.
Oh, okay.
I think Dragonite's good, but I don't think it's great. Whereas Gyarados is arguably great. Like, it's always been good. It's got a fantastic ability with Intimidate, and the fact that it just consistently stays strong.
Yeah.
And they both have a 4 times weakness to ice or electric, and like that lets them down in their own way. So like it's hard to kind of put these two against each other. But
My only argument for Dragonite is that you have to work so hard to get it, whereas I feel like Gyarados is.
On the same way, you have to work really hard to get a Gyarados. You have to train up this useless fish, like this terrible, terrible fish, and
That's fair.
all the way up to level
point.
20, and that is a slow grind when you're playing, like, say, Gen 1. I still remember the horrible grind of getting that level 5 Magikarp all the way up to a level 20 Gyarados, and, like...
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, it's so hard because these two Pokemon, again, they're kind of similar in a way, like, in terms of, like, what you've got to work towards to get it, and, like, what they can be capable of doing. And Dragonite's ability, Multi-Scale, is great as well, so, like, when it's at full health, the first hit it takes deals only half the damage it normally would, so you've basically got a free turn to set up if you're lucky.
Yeah. I think then based on those points, I will agree with you.
You think so?
So we're doing Dragonite number 3.
Okay.
Gyarados number 2, and then Gengar as number 1.
I think Gengar's it's a shoo-in for number 1. I think Gyarados. Oh, sorry, yeah. Gengar is number 1. I think Gyarados is really great.
Yeah.
And it has an opportunity to get there, but I still think that Gengar just wins out every time.
Yeah.
It has so much going for it.
So, should we go through this list quickly?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, in 10th place, we have Ghastly. In 9th place, we have Eevee. In 8th, we've got Cloister. Number 7 is Starmie. Number 6 is Mew. Number 5 is Lapras. Number 4 is Snorlax. Number 3 is Dragonite. Number 2 is Gyarados, and in first place is our boy Gengar.
I love it. It's a good list.
I'm quite happy with that list.
I am too. I think it's a good little list of Pokemon.
Yeah. I think we've eliminated the not so great ones.
Yeah. Man, that was good. How'd you find that?
I liked it. I'm sure there's going to be people that disagree with our options, but that's fair enough.
If you guys want to tell us what your top 10 Kanto Pokemon are, why don't you send us an email at pokemonpayday@gmail.com. Let us know what your top 10 Kanto Pokemon are. Let's make this a group thing, and then maybe we'll read them out at the start of the next episode.
I imagine there's a very big variation of what people consider to be the top 10 best Kanto Pokemon.
I'm sure.
Be interested to find out.
I bet some people are just up... There's probably people that are upset we haven't even got a Pikachu on there.
Do you know what? Pikachu didn't even cross my mind. Even though he is like the series mascot.
I feel like Eevee is like the series mascot too now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We can live with that.
Yeah, I can live with that. That's fine.
Okay, so that was the show. Matt, what have you got planned for the next month in Pokemon? What are you going to be doing in April?
I'm going to try and complete Pokemon Y. I just work more towards this living dex in Pokemon Home.
Nice.
And I might drop into Shield more often and just put my Pokemon in the Pokejobs just to Eevee train them. It doesn't take that long. I don't know why I'm not doing it now.
It's such an easy thing to do. I've been doing it ever since the game came out, just like little and often. Like, it's not like, the results aren't overnight. Like, it takes a few days to get anywhere with them, but like, why are you rushing? Like, just do it.
Well, I'm not doing anything, so I could be just doing that.
I've also been doing it in Ultra Moon as well, or Ultra Sun. Okay. I've got a few on there that I've been doing the same thing with, because like they have a kind of, it's not Pokejobs, but like they have like this training area where it basically does EVs or like level ups as well, and like you don't have to do anything. So I've been kind of working on it through there as well.
Why not? I mean, if you've got this massive like storage system Pokemon Home now that you can store these different Pokemon in, why not store some bulky, strong Pokemon?
Exactly. Have a nice, really cool...
Pokemon that you're going to look through and think, I'm really proud I've got that, I worked hard for this, or, I EV trained that, took me days, but it was worth it.
Exactly. So for me, I'm going to continue with my competitive Pokemon training. That's definitely something I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to finish Platinum for sure. I've got 5 badges in, so I've only got a little bit left to do, like I'm over halfway. Shouldn't be too hard now.
Awesome.
I'm not too fussed about doing the post-game stuff. I just want to finish and basically have all the areas unlocked so I can go anywhere and catch whatever I need to.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I'm probably going to start Pokemon Soul Silver as like a Nuzlocke challenge. So that should be cool.
I'll be quite interested to do that as well, actually.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
We should do that. We should do
I'll
it.
let you know. I'll let you know. Maybe we can talk about it next episode.
Yeah.
I'm also, if I get really bored, because there's going to be a lot of bored times I think coming up, I'm going to try and organise my home boxes into national dex order, but I'm not going to punish myself too much for that.
I've already done that.
I don't know how you did it.
Well, it's done now. I don't have to do it ever again.
Well, that was payday, guys. Thanks so much for coming along and checking us out. Thank you so much for coming back, or for stopping by if you're new. It was really great if you've listened all the way up to the end as well.
Yeah, well done for listening to our rambling for almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Exactly. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Instagram and Twitter at Pokemon Payday, and we are also, we also have an email that you can message us at.
Yes, we do.
At pokemonpayday@gmail.com. So thanks so much, guys. We will catch you in a month for us, and in a couple of weeks we're going to have a little rerun episode, which would be kind of funky.
Cool. Yeah.
Hear our first ever episode of the original start of the show.
Yeah, so if you're a new listener, you can look forward to that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks so much for listening, guys, and we will catch you in a month.
Take care, guys.
Have a great April.
Happy payday. Goodbye.
Happy payday. Bye.
Bye.